Let's go.
Sheffield Wednesday are in a right mess. They sit bottom of the championship table and already look dead certs for relegation. And coming into this game, they ranked bottom of the division for XG, bottom for goals, second bottom in allowing passes per defensive action. Only Cardiff are more passive, and second bottom in the field tilt ratings. Added to that, their chairman eviscerated the attitude of Wednesday fans and declared there would be no more investment. This, then, should be a routine win for Sunderland. But the Cardiff game proved there is nothing routine about this division. Mowbray made one change to recent teams by swapping in the returning Patrick Roberts on the right for Abdullah Ba. Instead of the 4-2-3-1 formation we have come to expect from Mowbray, we saw Dan Neil employed as the only holding midfielder, with Job and Pritchard encouraged to play upfield in support of the forwards. Essentially then, we lined up as a 4-1-4-1, but with the ability to drop defensively into our more regular 4-2-3-1. That would see Job sit back alongside Neil. Mowbray has been adopting this more aggressive shape against passive opposition in an effort to break them down and overload them. It is indicative of Mowbray's focus on attack in all that he does, and I quite like it.
And off we go. Wednesday in desperate need of a victory. The only side in the championship without a win to their name so far.
As the game began, you can see from this goal kick that Mowbray's use of Patterson as a centre-half has developed by pushing up Hume from right-back into a defensive midfield role to create that double pivot with Dan Neil. This then gives Sunderland an extra body further up the field. However, this does make for a weak point if we lose the ball quickly from this shape. One reason Pato doesn't punt too often. Or else, like here, we can get caught out resetting defensively. Either Hume has to slot in at centre-half and can be targeted with a cross, or else 09 will be out of position for a quick ball. Here you can see as the ball is played back, Luke thinks about the cross-field ball, but plays it back to Pato to be safe. Pato's then charged down and has no choice but to punt it. The ball is lost with him and Luke out of position. As play comes back in, you can see Luke only just gets back into position and Hume is momentarily lost on who to mark. I can see us getting caught out here if a team is quick on transition and pressing us. The Owls, however, have not been coached to try to seize these chances quick enough. Instead, it was Sunderland who seized on a goalkeeping error, as Job stole a poor pass and was brought down for a free kick.
Well,
Pritchard hit the wall and it went for a corner. And from that, for the second time in 10 days, my Ballard anytime scorer bet comes in.
Pritchard with the delivery, and it's in. They already have the lead. Dan Ballard with the header from the corner, and it's the worst possible start for Sheffield Wednesday. Well, this is as straightforward as you will see. He attacked the ball really positively, lost his mark.
He loses his marker, Diaby, easily here. And I think that might be the first goal we've scored directly from a corner since the death of Napoleon.
Ballard. Well, he'd never scored for Sunderland before this season. He has 2 already in this campaign.
As we kicked off again, you can see here the defensive revision to 4-2-3-1 when the opposition have the ball, with Hume back in an orthodox right-back slot and Job alongside Neil as the second defensive pivot. And you'll see this fluidity throughout this game, and these two shapes happen a lot more this season as we seem to be consistently dominating possession and field tilt. On reflection, it makes Mowbray's rope-a-dope against Southampton all the more impressive, as nobody could have seen that coming. It also shows just how talented Joe Bellingham is to slide so easily through these roles in a game as and when needed. Minutes later, as Pritchard stole the ball in midfield, it was Burster who picked it up and lifted a beautiful ball crossfield to Jack Clarke, who was in the sort of space you only see in Newcastle's trophy cabinet, and we all know what he does from here.
First touch by Jack Clarke. Pritchard in the middle, Roberts getting forward. Clarke goes on and hits a goal! It's 2-0 to Sunderland inside 8 minutes. It's a brilliant goal. It's his sixth, and the Sheffield Wednesday fans, many of them are at breaking point. Patterson was caught in possession by Pritchard. It's a brilliant ball away to Clarke. Look at that touch. He cuts inside onto his dangerous right boot. It's a brilliant goal. It's an absolutely special strike by Clarke. But Sheffield Wednesday are in disarray here.
The match settled down after this, with Sunderland easily controlling the ball. Notice again in possession how Hume sits in as the defensive pivot alongside Neil rather than bombing down the wing as a fullback. And notice here how when Bellingham drops with the ball, Hume advances upfield to keep the numbers in attacking potential. Here you can see that it helps the attack, but it isn't a great ball by Hume in the end. Nonetheless, it does demonstrate a good developing system for Sunderland. Mowbray is melding a canny bunch of players who are positionally aware and able to be fluid with some degree of interchange. Sunderland continued to control the ball and fashion openings. Wednesday looked woeful. They had barely 20% of the ball for the rest of this half, and what few chances they had were long efforts and Hail Marys.
Turned around the post by Patterson. Better from Sheffield Wednesday.
And then the flexible Sunderland positioning saw Roberts with an advanced Hume to pass the ball to. And with all eyes on the advancing Roberts outside him, Hume played it square to Burstow, whose turn left Diaby hanging on to his shirt.
Might have been caught, it's a penalty. Bambo Diaby caught him.
Literally.
Beaten all ends up. And Diaby gets a hold of him there and pulls the shirt.
It was Jack Clarke who stepped up for the penalty. Last week he looked left and put it down the middle. This week,
make it 3, which he does. Sheffield Wednesday, bottom of the Championship, 0. Sunderland 3 in just half an hour of football in supporting Sheffield Wednesday at the moment.
The half was pretty much walked out by Sunderland to delighted olays from the crowd after this.
Here's try Hume.
Burstow got a chance that might have been better passed, but hey, he'd worked hard so far, run some good lines and won the penalty. If I were him, I'd feel like I deserved a shot at 3-0 up as well.
There are other options, not least Patrick Roberts in all kinds of space on the right-hand side of the penalty area. Burstow, not unreasonably perhaps, thinking that at 3-0 up, he might have a pop himself, but it was a comfortable save really for Vasquez in the Sheffield.
And the game seemed so easy, they were all at it. Ballard took a pop from this header when putting it back might have been better.
Pritchard to deliver. It's Ballard around the back. It's another free header for Ballard, which he's put onto the roof of the net.
And magnificent control for Roberts saw him have a crack from distance too.
And he hasn't earned any yet either. Here's Roberts. Nicely done. Brilliant touch by Roberts. Roberts well off target in the end. Needed to be a little bit more clinical around the penalty area. They could have had more than 3. 1 or 2 occasions on which players have gone for goal when perhaps there were better options.
And that was the half, as Lord Vader said to Luke upon capturing him in the carbon freezing unit.
All too easy.
The second half started in a similar dominant fashion for Sunderland, with Roberts dancing around the defence to nearly lay off for Pritch.
Opportunities now again. Again a good run by Roberts, and it's ended up going behind. But they are picking ways through. Sheffield Wednesday almost at will. Roberts really beginning to enjoy himself. That just about stayed in play.
Yeah, just about.
Corner kick to Sunderland is the result off Akinfenmewo's shin.
Wednesday started to keep more of the ball and attacked on the counter with increasing success.
Might come off, and Diaby has it to Sheffield Wednesday. Gregory and Sado.
And it takes a great save from Pato here to keep them out.
Good run. Gregory's in the middle looking for it. It's just over him, but it's Patterson. Good save.
But that just opened up space behind them for us.
Well, Callum Patterson of Sheffield Wednesday bringing a good save out of Anthony Patterson of Sunderland, who break quickly now with Pritchard.
And Pritch put Mini Messi through.
That's a good ball, and the keeper hasn't got there. Roberts. Well, fortunately for Sheffield Wednesday, George Byers was there.
And it was Pritch again whose driving run ended up giving space for Job to take a shot.
They want him to shoot, and he does, and it wasn't far away. This wasn't very far away.
Roberts broke, was fouled, and...
Well, you're right, like catches Roberts. Don't really know why he's complaining.
Frankly, we were all expecting more goals here. But there were some warning signs. Sheffield took a much higher defensive line and pinned us in for a period on the hour mark, sometimes stealing the ball.
For this match.
For the most part, we played comfortably around this, though. Mowbray didn't like what he saw and brought on some pace to try and freshen things up, though. Abdullah Bar came on for Pat and Adil Aouchiche for Pritchard, who left the field after another key display. He had had a hand in both of the first two goals.
Adil Aouchiche, Gassama, who is...
And Aouchiche looked to make an instant impression as he nearly put through Neil.
Places in the summer. Young left-sided forward player. Here's another left-sided forward player. Aouchiche. That's a really good ball. Dan Neil looking for support. Aouchiche available.
Every time Aouchiche got the ball, he drove forward with it. It was great to see.
Sunderland. A scurrying run from Aouchiche. Abdullah Bar here. Chris Rigg.
It was a nice cameo from him today, and he nearly got in on the goal in the dying minutes.
Break away for Sunderland. Chris Rigg is with him. Adil Aouchiche is off down the middle. That's a lovely ball. This is Adil Aouchiche. Goalkeeper did pretty well. The flag was up anyway. But everybody's okay after this aerial clash. Oh, that's a nasty glancing blow for...
As Sheffield Wednesday players fought with themselves and only 15 minutes to go, things were comfortable enough for Mowbray to get some more competitive minutes in the legs for Chris Rigg and Nazari Rusyn, who came on for Clarke and Burstow. The crowd showed their appreciation for both.
What a prospect. There he is, wearing number 31, 16 years old, already has 2 goals to his name.
And as Clarke left the field, he was making sure that Barr knew what we were doing.
And Jack Clarke will not be getting his first senior hat-trick because he's coming off.
And then we saw him strapped with ice on his thigh. What?
Heavy strapping and ice.
It was interesting seeing Rusyn. He played largely as a wide left forward, and I think this is his favoured position. He likes to cut in here and did so almost every time. He was caught late on one occasion doing this.
And he pokes it through to Nazari Rusyn, and Rusyn was caught. Free kick and a yellow card.
With 6 minutes to go, Trey Hume left the field, giving Jensen Seelt some game time as a nominal right-back. But by now we had accepted the result and played with a lot more solidity. Jobe was playing deeper alongside Neil more consistently now. This allowed more ball for Sheffield Wednesday, and 2 minutes into injury time, Wednesday nearly got a consolation goal, but George Byers headed straight at Pato from point-blank range.
Who's done pretty well. Scoops in a dangerous cross, which Patterson blocks with his chest. No consolation for Sheffield Wednesday yet. Pretty close, though.
Still a great save, man.
Delgado did well. Byers got loads of power on it, but it's literally straight at Patterson. It's a great header. The goalkeeper's just standing in the right place.
And the game petered out from here. Sunderland walked it home, and Sheffield Wednesday simply lack quality. It's going to be a long old season for the Owls, and it wouldn't be a wise man that bet on them avoiding relegation. Well, it's 3 games in 8 days now. It's tough to cover, I'll do my best, but whenever I see you, I'll see you next time.